Good afternoon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to see you one more time. Today, the 27th of July, 2024. So today is our last session of this course. Therefore, we are going to do a recap of what we were talking about last time. Okay, last time we were talking about the past progressive tense or past continuous tense. It's exactly the same. We said that with past continuous tense, we are going to need two kind of verbs. The main verb, that's going to be a dynamic verb, and we also are going to need an auxiliary verb, and that's going to be verb to be. We said that verb to be is going to be conjugated in its past form, I mean was, were, and the main verb is going to be a dynamic verb or an action verb. So it requires movement. Additionally, a physical movement, I mean. But it can also be a verb that is related to your mind. So plan, think, create, and so on. So you create something with your mind sometimes. So additionally, we said that this main verb is going to be modified by adding ing at the end. So we have some additional rules for that, but we already know these rules. We also said that past continuous tense or past progressive tense, because it's exactly the same, is going to be used for 5 reasons. First, to mention that an activity was being made in the past, and this big action, this big activity was interrupted by something else again in the past. First situation and the most important common reason why we study simple past progressive tense. Sorry. So in this case, we need past progressive and past simple to create this, to apply this situation first. Second, we're going to use past continuous tense when we are mentioning a series of activities that were happening in a period of time in the past. So they are parallel actions. At the same moment, somebody was talking by the phone. At the same moment, somebody was typing a letter, and at the same moment, a car was I don't know, racing was having a race. I don't know, something like that. Third, we are going to use past continuous tense to mention repetition in the past, something that happened for a period of time in the past, and it was very frequent. So that's why we use adverbs like always or forever, because it was repeated in the past. The fourth reason is because we want to emphasize something that lasted for a period of time. So we are emphasizing the period of time, all day, all the morning, for 3 hours, yesterday, and so on. And finally, we use the word wonder with past continuous tense to create a polite request. Okay, so these are the reasons why we study past continuous tense. Additionally, in terms of grammar, we said that we are going to use the verb to be. The conjugation of verb to be is already known, was and were, or the negative forms, wasn't, weren't, in contraction, I mean. And we said that it's going to be very similar. The conjugation of simple past, sorry, the conjugation of past continuous tense is going to be very similar to to present progressive tense, because we need a person, we need a verb to be, yo estoy, ella está, nosotros estamos, for example. So this is the conjugation of verb to be. Am is are in present, and the main verb with ing, trabajando, corriendo, escribiendo, viviendo, and so on. In past continuous tense, we are going to do something similar. The only difference between present continuous and past continuous is that we are not going to use the verb to be as am, is, or are, but instead, we're going to use the conjugation of verb to be in past. So, was, were. Marcos estaba jugando. Nosotros estábamos viendo televisión. Yo estaba viendo una película. I don't know. So the same way we used past continuous tense in present is the same way we use past continuous the same way we use past continuous in Spanish in terms of order organization. is exactly the same structure we have in English. So we are not going to get lost here. And additionally, if we compare past continuous with present continuous tense, once again, the only difference is going to be in the verb to be. That's it. That's all we need to remember about this tense. Therefore, just to practice, we are going to play a quick game related to grammar in terms of past continuous tense, and then we are going to do a parallel between these two tenses in terms of not grammar, but in terms of why are they used. So here's the link, and I'm going to join the game too. Okay, doc. Give me just a second. I'm going to join too. Okay, doc. Let's go. Good luck. Hello. So here is the link for the game, just in case you want to join now. It's simple as past continuous tense. Sorry, we have just started. Don't forget to use your superpowers, by the way. 2 more minutes. At 16, I will stop the game, okay? Okay, I'm going to stop the game now because we need to take advantage of the time. Okay, so let's check the feedback. Congratulations, Elizabeth. You got the first place. Good. Okay, so with a 64% of accuracy, the hardest questions were, let's see, some yellows and obviously all the reds. So Anne and Mark. Who are Anne and Mark? If we replace these names, we have a man and a woman, right? And when they are together, they are they. So let's remember what do we do with verb to be when we have the subject they. With the subject they, the verb to be in simple past tense is going to be conjugated as were. Because remember that with past progressive tense or past continuous tense, because it's exactly the same, we need two verbs. The verb to be first and the main verb like the other verb, right? So first we need to focus on the auxiliary verb. So in this case, we need to use were. So are not playing, this is present, and we are not static present now. Was, it would be true if were only Mark living here. So was is not possible either. So they were not driving. Remember that we use the main verb with the conjugation ing, the ending of ing. They were not driving. So this is past continuous. Let's go with the next one. My parents, once again, who are my parents? My parents are they. Therefore, the verb to be must be were, sorry, the conjugation. So we have two possibilities. My parents was work? No. My parents were work? Maybe. My parents was working? No. My parents were working? Maybe. One of these two, option B or option D. But let's remember that with past continuous tense, let's remember that with past continuous tense, somebody wanted to join, but oh yes, here it is. Let's remember that with past continuous tense, the main verb that must be an action verb, so work, enjoy, travel, jump, and so on, we need to add the ing ending to this verb. In Spanish would be estaba corriendo, estábamos manejando, estaban viviendo, and so on. This ing means endo, yendo, ¿no? Caminando, corriendo, riendo, escribiendo, alimentando, and so on. So that's why the only possibility here, the only acceptable possibility is my parents were, because it's they, my parents were working. Let's go with the next one. You. Once again, what's the conjugation for you? The conjugation of verb to be. For all the plurals, the verb to be is conjugated as were in past. Therefore, you were visiting your friends. Why were and not are? It's because we are studying in this moment the past continuous tense. If we were studying present continuous tense, are would be acceptable, correct. But because we are talking about past continuous tense, we need to mention the verb in past. It's coherent, right? And finally, we. We, the conjugation for we, once again, is were. So we were playing, one of those, right? But remember that with past continuous tense, once again, we need the main verb. The main verb is going to be added the ending ing, right? So in this case, we were playing video games yesterday at 3 o'clock. Okay, Doc. So thank you very much, quizzes. See you in another occasion. I told you last time that we wanted to do a parallel between past simple and past continuous tense. So when do we use past simple? When do we use past continuous tense, right? So here is an exercise for you to complete it, right? Remember that past continuous tense has two verbs. So the main verb is going to be added ing, and we are going to have an auxiliary verb too. So verb to be and the main verb. This is past continuous tense. Past simple tense, we studied this in session number 1, 2, and part of 3. And we said that we have regular verbs, irregular verbs. For regular verbs, we add ded or ied, depending on the context. And the pronunciation could be t, d, or id. Additionally, we had irregular verbs, and for those irregular verbs, we had to use our memory because we have no other option. Sorry. So this is, for example, started is an example of past simple tense. So let's check something quickly. With past simple tense, we have two arms. We studied verb to be, so was and were, and we studied other verbs. That's what we mentioned some minutes ago. And we also said that the part B of the past simple tense is going to use the auxiliary verb did in negative sentences and for questions. So this is past simple, and we already studied past continuous tense. With past continuous tense, we need two verbs, the verb to be in past and the main verb added ing. So this is the difference between in grammar. We have already studied this, so that's why I'm just doing a quick recap, because you already know this, you have already done some exercises of this, so this is not something new, right? So in terms of grammar, at least. So, but just in case, I gave you this link last time, and I already gave it to you some seconds ago here in the chat for you to complete it. just to check if you apply the rules according to the context. Rules in terms of differentiate when do we use past simple and when do we use past continuous. So thank you very much, exercise. But besides grammar, I think the most important difference between past simple and past continuous is to know when we use past continuous, when do we use past simple tense. What's the difference between them? Because grammar is easy, it's mechanic, right? Past continuous, verb to be, main verb with ing. Past simple, the main verb in its past form. If it's an irregular verb, we have to use our memory. If it's a regular verb, add ed. That's it, right? But in terms of applicability, this is a little harder. So this is a little more complex. So that's why we are going to do a recap of this. This is not hard, but because there is a lot of information, it's nice, it's good, it's better to repeat this again and again and again because our memories are fragile, right? So it's a better idea to remember this. So when do we use simple past tense? We use simple past tense to mention something that was true for some time or some period in the past. And that means something it could be a habit in the past, right? That lasted for a period of time. Sometimes this period of time is a long period of time. Normally, this habit lasts for a long period of time. Normally, past progressive mentions the same. So mentions a repetition in the past, especially for habits, but the difference of these habits are, with simple past tense, I mean, is that these habits are temporary. In both cases, we are talking about an action that lasted for a period of time in the past. But with simple past tense, this action lasted for normally a long period of time, but with past progressive tense, this habit, lasted for a shorter period of time. Maybe one day, maybe 1 week, maybe 6 months, maybe 1 year, then that's too much. Instead, simple past tense, this action lasted for, I don't know, this habit, lasted for 5 years, 10 years, full life, I don't know, something like that, okay? This is the difference between past continuous and past progressive, past simple and past progressive. They talk about habits in the past, so something that lasted for a period of time in the past. But the difference is in terms of the time, the period of time, because one lasts more time than the other. First difference. Second difference. Simple past tense talks about actions that started in the past and finished in the past. So they are completed actions. Started 1 year ago and finished 1 year ago, let's suppose. Started yesterday in the morning, finished yesterday in the evening. So started and finished in the past, okay? However, past progressive is going to focus in the time mostly. So emphasizes that something lasted for a period of time. Yes, it started yesterday and finished yesterday, but we are not focusing in the action, in the verb. We are focusing in the time. For a month, for 3 hours, for all the morning, all day, okay? We are talking about an action in progress. So it was raining. Here, it's not important the verb rain. What matters here is that was raining for 3 hours, for 1 day, for 2 years, for a month, for, I don't know, for 5 minutes, right? The important, the focus in past progressive is in the time. The focus in simple past tense is in the activity, in the action. So this is the second difference, because both tenses mention actions that started and finished in the past. But past simple focuses in the activity. Past progressive focuses on the duration of this activity. This is the second difference. Third difference, past simple tense is used to mention that several activities, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 50 activities, whatever, started in the past, finished in the past, because this is past tense, right? So everything started and finished in the past, but there is a sequence between these activities. So when activity 1 finishes, started activity 2. When activity 2 finished, activity 3 started, and so on until the end of the times. So this is what does a simple past tense. Past continuous tense instead mentions a series of activities. One more time, 2, 20, 50, 100, 1 million activities. It doesn't matter the amount, but they must be at least 2, at least. The difference is that these activities are don't have a sequence, but instead they are being made in a parallel way. So at the same time, something happens. At the same time, something happened in the past. Something else was happening. So there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 activities happening at the same time in the same context, in the same situation, in the same time, and so on. So this is the difference. Okay. Past continuous, what else do we do with past continuous tense? The most important reason why we study past continuous tense, to mention that something was happening in the past, a big action, something that lasted maybe for a long period of time, or something very important in the past, but this action, this activity, was interrupted by something else. Be this like a screenshot of the time, because it can be the time, by 3 p.m. at 9 o'clock. Yesterday at, I don't know, at say at noon, yes, at noon, right? Something isn't a big activity is interrupted by an event in terms of time, or an event in terms of action. So, I mean, you were, I don't know, you were studying French, but something interrupted that action because somebody knocked on your door, right? The Jehovah Witnesses, for example, they wanted to talk to you. I don't know. Let's suppose that. So there is a big activity that was interrupted by another activity. Okay. The big activity is going to be mentioned in a past progressive. The interruption, the activity that interrupts something else, the big action, I mean, the big activity is going to be mentioned in past simple tense. Fourth situation. And the fifth situation is that past progressive tense is used to make polite requests. But to do a polite request, we need to mention the word wonder. I was wondering. This is a kind of a conditional. I was wondering if, me preguntaba si you could do something for me, si usted podría hacer algo por mí, right? So this is a polite request. So this is why we study past simple and past continuous tense. So, and this is the difference, this is the parallel between these two tenses. There is obviously a difference in terms of grammar, and we have already studied a lot of this difference. But there is also a difference in terms of when do we use one tense and when do we use the other tense. So here is the summary of the applicability for both simple for both past tenses. Okay, so we are going to play 3 games. In this case, we are going to start with Kahoot, then we are going to speak, and we are going to finish with quizzes, and that will be the end of this course. Therefore, let's begin with quizzes. No, sorry, with Kahoot. And I'm going to give you a link in the chat in only some seconds. Okay, we are 1, 2, 3. Yes, we're 3. Therefore, let's go with this. Yeah, 3 minutes is more than enough. You already know how this works, so I'm going to do a quick recap. I'm going to mention a quick recap of the rules. You have to collect all the diamonds, and you have to avoid everything that's not going to be a diamond. So fish, boots, bones, and so on, and cans. Okay, I'm going to start as soon as the timer says 6:35. I don't know why Elizabeth left. Okay, I have Michelle, but Elizabeth left. I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to start in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay, you're all. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Good luck. 7 seconds. And time up. Okie doke. So, at the end of the game, Paola, third place. Good done. Well done. Second place, this is for Elizabeth. And the first place, this is for Michelle Bachelet. Okay, good. Well done. So, thank you very much for participating in Kahoot. Now we are going to play another game, and this is in Jeopardy. To do that, we are going to open your microphones. Okay. So, what are we going to do here? Each one of you is going to answer one question, two questions. Sorry, because we have time, and we are only three, and you are only three. Sorry. So, two questions each. What are we going to answer? In simple past tense, past simple is the same. You are going to conjugate the verb in braces. So remember that we have two kinds of verbs, regular and irregular verbs, right? In this case, run is an irregular verb, and the past form is ran, ran. So yesterday, Neil's dog ran after his girlfriend. This could be the answer I'm looking for. Past progressive. In this case, we need to conjugate the verb in past progressive tense. While you were telling that scary story, I was sleeping on the couch. Right? Two activities in parallel, in past. Two activities were happening in the past in a parallel way. In a parallel way. Past continuous or past simple. So you're going to find questions, mixed questions. They can be past simple or they can be past continuous. So you have to figure out which one is it. So the doorbell while I a shower. El timbre mientras yo una ducha. In this case, we have to use past simple and past continuous, right? So the doorbell rang while I was taking a shower. The big activity is here. I was taking a shower, and this activity was interrupted by something else. Something else is that somebody was knocking at my door. It was ringing on the ring. So the doorbell rang while I was taking a shower. So you need to know how past simple tense works and how past progressive tense works. The same is going to happen here. And surprise, the same. You're going to find a question with simple past tense or a question with past progressive tense. Okay, so you have to be careful on deciding which one do you want. So let's go with Elizabeth first, then Michelle, then Paola, and then again Elizabeth, Michelle, and Paola. So Elizabeth, let's begin with you. Okay, 300 past continuous. Filas son horizontales, ¿no? Columns son verticales. 300 past continuous. Okay, doc. His dog while he a song. His dog while he a song. Meanwhile, to do it faster, next time, just give me the answer, okay? So only the conjugation, not the full sentence, but only the conjugation for next time, okay? To do it fast. Okay, his dog was barking while he was whistling a song. And the answer is yes. His dog was barking while he was whistling a song. Perfect. Excellent job, Elizabeth. Let's go with Michelle. Michelle Bachelet. And get ready, Paula.
Hello.
Hello.
Sería past simple.
Uh-huh.
500.
500. Okay, doc. So last night, my football team, the game by 1 point. Because I was sad, I
Um,
hint. Lose is an irregular verb. Cry is a regular verb. Hint.
losing.
Losing. We are using simple past tense, no past progressive tense.
Okay.
Losing is past continuous, but we are not using past continuous here.
One moment. Entonces, last night my football team lose the game by a point because was sad.
I
Estoy buscando en la lista que tengo, pero no encuentro. Cry.
regular verb. Hint. Regular verb.
Sería cries con ese. Cries.
Cries. Okay, let's see. A question. Paula. No, you're not Paula. Carolina Fuenmayor de Sotomayor. So, the question is, would you bet one kidney for your answer? ¿Apostaría un riñón por esa respuesta? Yes, no?
Sorry.
So, yes, no? Okay, I'm going to suppose that the answer is yes. So let's see the answers. In this case, lose is an irregular verb, and the past form is lost. We need to memorize this, right? Because irregular verbs don't have a pattern, so we have to memorize them. Sorry. And in this case, cry, because we are talking about the past form, we don't add s. Cries is in present. In past is cried. But because we have a y, right? And before the y there is a consonant, this y changes for ied. Cried. Cried. Okay? Lost, cried. Okay, you owe me a kidney. Me debe un riñón. Okay, let's go with Paola. Let's continue with you. Choose the category and choose the score, darling. Okay, Paul is typing. Okay. Surprise 500, I guess, right? Okay, yep. Last night at 10 p.m., Mary to her boyfriend. This is too easy. Last night at 10 p.m., Mary to her boyfriend. Hint. Past progressive. Is talked. Let's check. Question for you, Paola. Would you bet $50 million for your answer? ¿Apostaría 50 millones de dólares por esa respuesta? There are only two possibilities, yes or no? No? Okay. Then, do you want to continue with is talking? Is talked, sorry.
Hola, profe, buenas noches. Creo que me equivoqué porque las confundí. Si eso es pasado progresivo,
Yes, in this case, it's
entonces
past progressive.
sería con ing y no con ed.
Therefore, entonces, the answer is
Sería talking. Sería
only
last
talking?
night.
Okay, once again the question. Would you bet $50 million for that answer? ¿Apostaría los 50 millones de dólares por esa respuesta?
Sí.
Yes? Okay. And the answer is, okay, talking, this is correct, but something's missing. The verb to be in past. Si no me utiliza el verbo to be en pasado, estaría diciendo Mary o Mary o María, depende de la traducción. Mary hablándole a su novio. Falta algo, ¿no? Mary estaba hablando. This is the word that is missing. So I'm finally rich. Thank you very much. I'm going to retire now because I have $50 million from you. Thank you, Paula. Thank you so much. I'm finally rich. Okay, let's go with the next question. Let's continue with Elizabeth again. Okay, column 2, past continuous 500, and the answer is, were you while he Just give me the answers. Okay, were you listening while he was talking? And the answer, are you sure, Elizabeth? Do you want to bet $50 million? Instead, $100 million. Are you sure for $100 million? Yes or no? No? Okie doke. Then let's see if your answer is correct. And the answer is, were you listening while he was talking? So you lost the opportunity to get $100 million in your savings account. You did it correctly, but you didn't win the money. Sorry, but you did it correctly. So great job. Congratulations. Let's go with Carolina Michelle Bachelet. Hello? Are you there? Oh, yes, you're typing.
Continues to.
Past continuous 200. While my mom, TV last night.
I studied while my mom watching TV last night.
Okay, something's missing. Something is missing. What's missing? Because studying is correct, watching is correct, but something is missing. Algo falta. In Spanish, you are saying something like, yo estudiando mientras mi mamá viendo televisión anoche. Something is missing.
¿Está?
So, how do you say está, estamos, estaba, estar in past?
I was
In English.
studying
Uh-huh.
while my mom ahí sería otra vez was
Uh-huh.
was watching TV last night.
And the answer is, I was studying while my mom was watching TV last night. Perfect. That's the answer. Congratulations. And let's go with the last question. This is for Paola. Okay, 200 past simple. That's what I understood. Jane, Vanessa, how to bake a cake yesterday. Irregular verb. Jane, Vanessa, how to bake a cake yesterday. Thought. And the answer, Jane thought, Vanessa, yes, and this is the answer because we are talking about simple past tense, and this is an irregular verb, and the conjugation of this verb in past is thought. Jane thought, Vanessa, how to bake a cake yesterday. Congratulations! This is correct. Okay, so I'm going to give you the link of this exercise for you to complete it at home. Here it is for you to complete it at home, so you can study by your own, complete the exercise, and you know how this works. This is a self assessment for you guys in order for you to improve the difference between simple past tense and simple present in past continuous tense. Sorry. So let's go with the last question, the last exercise. The last exercise has 23 questions. So we are going to stop it when most of you go with the 70% of this exercise. We are not going to finish all the exercise because it requires, needs a lot of time. So this is going to be the last link, the last game we're going to have in this course. Okay. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to complete it. As soon as we start, you will have 4 minutes to complete this game. Okay, 4 minutes.
Profe, ¿es el primer link o el segundo?
The last one, el último, el quizzes. I'm going to give you the link again here in the chat. Okay, look, 7:04. I'll stop the game at 7:04. Okay, so break a leg. One more minute. Okay, look, I'm going to stop the game now so I can give you some feedback. Let's see the difficult questions. There are many difficult questions here. So I think it's better if I give you the feedback in Spanish because I guess there are many difficult questions here. So switch to Spanish. While they were watching TV, the kids, esta es una actividad paralela. Hay dos actividades en pasado que se están llevando a cabo de manera paralela. Por lo tanto, sabemos que debemos utilizar pasado continuo en función de la parte gramatical. ¿Sí? Mientras ellos estaban viendo televisión, los niños estaban durmiendo. Como son los niños, ellos, con la conjugación del verbo to be para ellos, para el plural es were. They were sleeping. Ahí está, ¿cierto? ¿Por qué no es was? Porque no es un solo niño, son varios niños, ¿vale? Vamos con la siguiente. She go out to dinner when you saw her. En este caso tenemos pasado continuo porque es una actividad grandota que está siendo interrumpida por otra actividad chiquita, ¿cierto? En este caso, como es pasado continuo, recuerde que pasado continuo, la parte gramatical, vamos a verla por acá, necesitamos el verbo to be y después el verbo principal, ¿cierto? Entonces, en este caso el verbo to be para ella es was she, y es la única opción que tenemos aquí es was she going, ¿cierto? Estaba yendo a cenar afuera, ¿no? Cuando la miraste, ahí está, was she, ¿listo? Porque es una actividad grandota interrumpida por una actividad más chiquita, ¿no? Por eso utilizamos pasado continuo. Recuerde que pasado continuo, bueno, es el motivo por el cual utilizamos, bueno, esta actividad que les digo que es una actividad grande reemplazada, interrumpida por otra chiquita, es el por qué utilizamos pasado continuo. Esa es la razón. Vamos con la tercera. ¿Cuál es el pasado progresivo? Recuerde que pasado progresivo tiene dos verbos, verbo principal con ing y verbo auxiliar, el verbo to be. I were speaking, sí y no. ¿Por qué no es válida? Porque la conjugación del verbo to be para yo es was, por eso no es válida. You was dancing, sí y no. Recuerde que la conjugación para usted, el verbo to be debe ser were, si no, sí sería correcto. They were speaking, perfecto. We was not. Sería correcto si el verbo to be no fuese was, sino were, que es they were speaking. Y vámonos por las de acá con las rojitas. How many people in front of the company when she arrived? Otra vez estamos utilizando una actividad grandota interrumpida por una actividad más chiquita. When she arrived, esto es pasado simple, lo que significa que aquí tenemos que utilizar el pasado continuo. We're standing, porque people son varias, ¿cierto? No es una solita, son varias. Y people se utiliza es el equivalente a they. Por lo tanto, el verbo to be para ellos es were. Ahí está. Vamos con la siguiente. ¿Para qué utilizamos el pasado simple? Lo habíamos mencionado por acá en el resumen, ¿no? Actividades que duraron un periodo de tiempo largo en el pasado porque terminaron. Actividades que empezaron y terminaron en el pasado, segunda situación. Y tercera, cuando tenemos una serie de actividades en el pasado que se suceden la una a la otra. Termina una, empieza la otra, ¿no? Así que vamos a ver. Para todas las actividades del pasado, no tanto. Para una actividad que empezó y terminó en un momento concreto del pasado, sí, tiene mucho sentido. ¿Para una actividad que sucedió durante un largo periodo de tiempo del pasado? Sí, pero ¿cuál de todas entonces es más coherente? La opción 1. Sí, esta es como la más útil aquí en este caso. Vamos con esta. He the train because he was talking with some friends. En este caso es el motivo por el cual estudiamos pasado continuo. Una actividad grandota interrumpida por una chiquita. La actividad grandota estaba hablando con algunos amigos. ¿Cuál es la actividad chiquita que frena, que interrumpe la actividad grande? Una actividad en pasado simple. Miss es el verbo perder o extrañar, depende del caso, ¿no? Por ejemplo, I miss you, te extraño. Misses, como perder el tren, perder el bus, perder el avión, lo que sea. En este caso, lo hablamos de perder, ¿cierto? Que se le fue. Como ya tenemos el pasado continuo acá, la conjugación en pasado continuo, pues necesitamos aquí el pasado simple. Y como este es un verbo regular, entonces el pasado es missed. Ahí está. Penúltima. I my homework yesterday. Ayer. Una actividad que empezó en el pasado y terminó en el pasado en un momento muy concreto del pasado. En este caso utilizamos el pasado del verbo to do. Y el pasado del verbo to do es did, que inclusive está en auxiliar sale. I did my homework yesterday. ¿Por qué no sería doing? Porque aquí falta el verbo to be. I was doing. Ahí sí sería válido, ¿no? I was doing. Siguiente. Pasado simple en versión negativa. Recuerde que pasado simple en versión negativa requiere did not o didn't, dependiendo del caso. Y el verbo principal en su versión sin cambios original. Así que didn't came, no porque es que está conjugado. Did not I, no porque el orden está mal. I didn't come, puede ser. I was not talked, I was not walked, no porque el verbo to be no es el auxiliar para el pasado simple. Es I didn't come. Siguiente. She missed the bus because she with one of her friends. Esta pregunta ya estaba por acá, ¿no? Él perdió el tren porque estaba hablando con algunos amigos y acá lo dice, ella perdió el bus porque discutiendo con una de sus amigas. Mire que aquí está prácticamente lo mismo, ¿no? Lo que pasa es que está reorganizado. Aquí en la primera opción faltaba la versión pasado simple. Aquí en esta segunda opción nos falta la versión pasado continuo. Como es ella, el verbo to be, para hacer el pasado continuo, se conjuga como was. She was. ¿Y dónde está la opción? Aquí. She was arguing. Recuerde que el verbo principal le aumentamos ing. Y la pregunta más difícil. When he opened the window, hay dos actividades. Una actividad grandota que está siendo interrumpida por una más chiquita. La que está interrumpiendo es cuando él abrió la ventana. ¿Qué está interrumpiendo? La actividad más grandota. Y la actividad más grandota es que estaba nevando. Hasta en español sale, ¿no? Nevando, lloviendo, escribiendo, viviendo, etc. Ergo, snow es nieve, pero como verbo significa nevar. ¿Cuál es la conjugación? Snowing. ¿Cuál tiene snowing aquí? Was y were. Las dos opciones son posibles hasta aquí. Pero it se conjuga con verbo to be como was. Ergo, it was snowing. Esa es la opción correcta. Ahí está. Okay, so this is the end of the game. And this is also the end of the course. So that would be all for today. And that would be all for the course. So if you have any questions, all questions are welcomed. If you don't have any questions, I just want to thank you for your patience, for your job, for your compromise with the course. And I don't know, maybe I will see you in another occasion. Thank you very much, ladies. In this case, only ladies. Questions, darlings? Preguntas, muchachas? Okay, I guess there are no questions. Therefore, it's time to say thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much for your compromise. Thank you very much for your participation. And I wish you an excellent life. Okay, see you in another occasion, I guess. Nos vemos en una próxima ocasión, quizás, que vaya bonito, diría Enrique Bomburi. Good night. Yeah, good night for you too. Thank you so